Guard passing. Um, Things I definitely saw in the last class or just this morning. Guard passing can be difficult if the person on the bottom is not being very compliant, which 99% of the time they're not. Nobody wants you to pass their guard in jiu-jitsu. It's just it's leading into a dominant position. So first one we're going to start from is a closed guard. Um, Shane's going to pop down. I'm going to be in this closed guard. Now, if you've gotten here, this is a horrible spot. There's not many things a person up top can do. And we know this because we go through this stuff a lot. You know, you've got the same arm bars, the same triangles and things like that from the bottom. I've got a couple things I can do. Pass the guard, or maybe submit you from like a cross collar choke from the bottom. Not very likely, but things could happen, right? So first thing I want to do is I want to get control of the person's pants, lower half. I do not want to try to grab the belt. I do, because this thing moves. This thing will go all the way to your armpits if you allow it. So I don't like to grab the skirt of the gi. Same reason. This will go as far as the belt will let it. So I grab the pants. I grab just below the belt loops, closest to the center. Knuckles up. I rotate it. Pistols in. On my elbows, all the way to the inside. I don't want to be that D-bag that puts the elbows grinding in on the thighs. One, it sucks. Two, your partner's going to do it right back to you. Okay. So elbows to the inside, nice and tight. My head and posture is up. I want my neck in. I'm controlled here. Wherever my head goes, that's where my weight's going to go. That's where posture's going to go. So if I'm up and he tries to pull me down, he can't because my head is up, my hands are in, and I'm tight. I'm like a pit bull. But if my head is down, everything bad happens to me here. If my head is above my knees, I'm in a bad spot. I need to have control here. Right? Now, we will show you all different ways to pass the guard. We'll tell you to put one knee right in the middle of the butt crack and then go 90 degrees out. Not everybody makes that work for them. I don't. I like going just offset the butt crack to the outside. So if I got the center line, I'm just offset. That way, he can only go one way. He can only go here. That's where I want him to go. I'm not super flexible in the hips, like most, so I'm going to go 45 degrees out. More comfortable for me. Everything stays nice and tight. Only for instructional am I up and loose. Nice and tight. As I open up, I'm gonna flare my elbows out and drop my silhouette here. I'm sliding this thigh down mine. I'm going to step my knee over the top of the leg, just above the knee, below the groin line. So I'm in the middle, here. Again, for instructionals, I'm up. Once I'm here, I like to be down. Down nice and tight with my head still up, okay? Arm closest to the bottom, to the mat. So come underneath the head, here. And I grab on to the lapel, thumb in on the inside, 4 fingers to the outside. I keep nice and tight. I'm still holding on to the hip with his pants. I don't let this grip go until I completely pass all the way through. Because if I let go of this, he has the ability to squiggle his hips. I don't want that. So we ran into last class. Everybody's giving it up. We're here nice and tight. I'm going to take my knee. That's on the outside. I'm going to bring it to the inside, to the hip. And I'm going to put my hip where my knee was, okay? So I'm here, slide in. I back step out. So I back step out, hips to the sky, okay? My hands on the hip. I'm going to net thread the needle, being my leg that's still on his thigh. I'm going to bring that underneath myself. And I'm going to come up into a side control position here. Then I can let go of the hip and I can get into a nice, good posture position. Okay? Very, very simple. We've gone over this one multiple times. I will gladly re-show it again. But with this, is there anything technically about this path that I can help with before I do it again? Sir? Like, so as I pass through, he just locks down the leg, the hip. The hip is everything. If I don't, like if I'm in here and I pass down, if I don't have this here, right? If I just put the hand down and I come in here and I come underneath here, he's locking his legs. He has control of his leg, right? So I'm not stepped in. So if I'm here and I'm locked in, I step down, I bring my posture, everything is down on top. So this is just the catalyst for my shoulder and my arm to not let his hip move. So I come in here, I switch the hip, and I back step out. I squiggle the leg, come up underneath, and then I let go. Everything I do has purpose. My grips all are meaningful. Every step from the moment I pop that guard to the moment I'm in side control has to be there for me. You may not find that it works for you, but this is the most effective way that I have found to pass this part of the guard. Right? I do 2 guard passes. 2. This is the one I do to the right. I can't do it to the left. Not able to. Don't know why. It's that smart side. But I can only do this one this way. So if I'm passing your guard this way, you know what I'm doing. Here's my blueprint. You have to figure out a way to stop it. Okay? So with this, before we do it, any other questions? It's a good question. No? All right. You'll do it one more time just for S and Gs? Okay. All right. So we'll start from the beginning. Box the guard. Knuckles in. Pistols up. Drop my silhouette. 90 degrees, or just offset the butt. 90 degrees out. Step. I flare out. Come up over the top. Drop my silhouette. Nice and tight. Back behind the collar. Switch the hip. Get to the mat. And I'll let go. When you do it enough, it really is that easy to do. Everything, if your posture is where it needs to be, if your pressure is where it needs to be, you can control anybody. I don't care what your size is. Myself and Coach Shane are living proof of that. We are small. We're $150, $155. You see our heights. But we can do these so technically sound that you're not going to move no matter how big you are. Okay? So don't let a belt color or a size get in your head. All right? Let's go and partner up. If you have any questions, let Coach Shane and I know. We'll come around on 3, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah, yeah.